What's going on, everyone? This is the project file for my new tune Drumbeat, which has just come out on Sweatrz Records as part of the club's Australian label Club Sweat. I wanted to do a tutorial for this tune individually because I was heavily inspired by Rossi, wicked, unbelievable DJ producer from London, blowing up at the moment, just releases tune after tune. I had the chance to meet him briefly and watch him play at Sash in Gold Coast, and then after I saw him play, I was like, I've got to do a tune with his style, which is, I feel, influenced by 90s drums, big fat kick, groovy bass lines. Yeah, just that real 90s classic sound, but the way he modernizes it is, just unbelievable. Wicked guy, great producer. So I'm just gonna go through, similar to I did in my previous video, go through the project, break everything down. Hopefully you guys learn something from it. And as always, any questions, definitely DM me or put a comment below so then everyone can see. This is the project. If you haven't heard the EP or Drumbeat within the Trouble EP, this is what it sounds like. Okay, so what we'll go through first is the low end of the track. So my low end consists of a kick group and a bass group. In the kick group, I have a top kick and my main kick. So this is a kick group altogether. So we have a top layer, just a little click, probably not doing too much. Just rolled off the top end. Adding a tiny bit, probably could have used just a hat instead, looking back now. I go back to through a lot of my productions and probably think I could change a lot of things, but came out okay. And I sampled this kick from Rossi's track Honey I'm, and I kind of use it as like a reference. This is what it sounds like, the reference track. Not really the same, but this is what his kick sounds like. Just got it in mono, taking off everything under 40 hertz because we don't need that mud down there. And just be careful when you're EQing your kicks or really anything. I normally have linear phase for kicks because it can sound weird if you don't have it in linear phase. And then on the group, just a little bit of volume and just got it in mono again. Okay, and the bass group. So this is where it gets a little bit more interesting. So I've got 3 layers. This is the main layer. So this is the main layer. This is the preset for it if you'd like to copy it, just a saw wave in Operator, and that's the filter as well. And I normally do automate my my cutoffs, but this track I didn't. It's always good to add automation, to add movement and keep your track a bit more interesting. And this is the MIDI as well to show you guys. So I've got these other 2 layers, this square bass. Sorry, I keep moving my little camera here. This is the patch as well, so you've got our square. This is the filter, got some overdrive, which we'll do a bit. I'll just take all of this saturation stuff off. And with it on, gives that nice fuzzy sound. Compressor, and then we have a compressor. Okay, and so just going back to this first bass, just a little bit of Saturn for saturation, EQing, taking off everything under 30 hertz, taking out a bit of that minor, because all those frequencies can build up, especially got like a bigger kick, and it just sounds a bit muddy. And then we've got our organ as well. And if you've got wavetable, just search that and it will come up. And yeah, just got a bit of saturation, a tiny bit of echo. Once again, our overdrive, and I don't even know what this plugin is. Erosion is the plugin. And then yeah, with the EQ, just that'd even sound like a cool bass if you just had it like that. But you've got that main bass. So the square bass isn't doing too much, but the organ's definitely giving it something. Okay, apologies if this part sounds a little bit different. I just had to go back and re-record the processing for the bass group and the drum group. It should still be similar, so I'll quickly show you guys the different processing. So I've just got some saturation. Let's just have this looped. So yeah, saturation. Not doing anything too crazy. EQ just rolling off everything under 30 hertz and everything above 7.5, 8K. Bit of glue compression just to catch those peaks. This compressor's doing not much, probably even need to put that on there. And then quite heavy side chain on this bass. Yeah, normally probably between 3 and 5 dBs of reduction side chain. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Quite basic, pretty straightforward, and that is the processing for the bass. So this is all aligned together again. Cool. So this is now the line processing, saturation, Saturn. Bit of beef. Soothe, wicked plugin, guys. Definitely get it if you can afford it, or wait till Black Friday sales. It literally just tightens up everything and removes all the mud. It's probably better to use on drums, but you can literally use it on everything. You've got so many presets. Go wild with it. EQ again. Taking out a bit of the thump. I don't know, I feel like with my tracks, the low end just always adds up. And a bit of glue compression just to calm that line down again. So yeah, that's pretty much the low end done. Next, let's crack on with our vocal. I found this vocal here.
The drum beats go like this. The drum beats go like this.
It's probably rinsed in like a few tracks already by now. And I'll show you how I've time stretched the vocal to give it this effect.
The drum beats go like this.
So all you want to do is, for your warp type, change it to texture, and then play with the grain size and flux.
The drum beat.
So I'll just show you.
The drum beat.
I have time stretched this, so that's why it still sounds a bit stretched out. But if you want that garagey sound,
the drum beats go like.
Like you could even just like automate that would be cool. If you can. We had about 60.
The drum beats go like the drum beats go.
Yeah, so that it's pretty simple. Yeah, just I tried to time stretch it to the grid to make it sound in time. Got an EQ, saturation,
the drum beat,
a bit of
the
compression,
drum beats go like the drum.
And then yeah, automating. Just got this automating coming up.
Drum beat, the drum beat, the drum beat, the drum beat like the drum beats go like this.
And yeah, I change it throughout the track. So yeah, I've got a few different vocal phrases.
The drum.
Next one.
The drum beats go like.
So I just kept the sample just normal.
The drum beats go like.
Didn't time stretch or anything.
The drum beats go like.
And I just just chopped it up a bit. And then I've got this other cool vocal.
The drum beats go like. I love it.
Just to mix it up. Little hit here.
Go like. Put the needle on the. Put the needle on the.
Yeah, just mix up your vocals. Make it more interesting.
I love it.
And yeah, just that very, well, these are all sampled from the 90s or even 80s tunes, which sound very, very cool in modern house music, especially even like the stuff Luke Dean's doing. Definitely check him out. He's probably leading the charge for that 90s house sound at the moment. Definitely a big inspo as well. So yeah, these are just all the vocals. Processing wise, not heaps, bit of EQ, guys. Compression, a bit of echo on this. Let's see where, if it even did anything.
Don't touch that needle.
Yeah, so you could, if you automate your time on your echo, so this is going.
Don't touch that needle.
Sounds it's slowing down, or if you want it to speed up.
Don't touch that needle.
Yeah, we can get some pretty cool effects out of it. EQ again, nothing crazy. Just do it on the individual sounds, and then for the vocal bus or chain, whatever you want to call it, option inflator, just to add a bit of compression and width to
the drum beats go.
This utility. I'm keeping everything under 500 hertz in mono, because you definitely want to keep some of your vocal, or you don't have to, but I like to keep under 500 hertz in mono just to keep a bit more power. Yeah, and just adding width above that. Soothe, once again, taking out all those resonant frequencies. And lastly, just simple EQ, bit of highs. Simple stuff. So that is the vocal done. Next we'll move on to the drums. So next up we have our drums. This is what the whole drum groove sounds like. Another open hat coming in. Yeah, pretty cool, quite groovy. Yeah, definitely has that 90s sound. So I like to split up my drums in a couple different layers. So you normally have hats separate or in a separate group, perks, and then the clap group. And I like to keep a drum group with no clap, because I'd like to pretty much like to filter out all my drums and just have the clap hit by itself. But in this tune, I didn't do that. So breaking down our hat group, just loop that. Mixture of loops and MIDI, but the main grooves are coming from the loops. This is the first one. Simple stuff, EQ, bit of sidechain, and a bit of compression. Next, I noticed Rossi had these like cool, like atmospheric, echoey drums, which sounded cool. So I used Tantra, Pad Airy sample, just to add like a bit of movement. And I made this quite wide as well. Nothing crazy there with the sidechain. And next I've got a clicky. Yes, that's just like a little hit. Again, sidechain, nothing crazy. Sampled hat. Would have got this from Rossi's tune. Awesome, sounds great. Probably got to cut that back a bit. Closed hat. I think it's Jocko. Yep, Jocko hat from a sample pack. Shaker. I think some nice groove in there. Yeah, just rolling off all the lows. Get some auto pan. Sidechain. Open hat. Bring that energy. It's more like kind of roarish drums, that's what I call them. Another open hat. Panned to the right a little, so once again all together. Yeah, they sound pretty good. And then this is what the perk group sounds like individually. So with the with the perk group, yeah, I don't want to keep tom, snares, rims, anything, yeah, a bit more long, like mids and lows. If I can cut out, I will keep, because I normally keep a bit more in the lows, and then I'll cut a little bit higher on my hat and stuff. So let's break this down. We've got a tom, from 808 Core Kit, a snare. I might just add a kick in here so you can hear the groove. And I actually didn't even use any swing, which I normally do. Sounds swing enough, I guess. Just chopped up a loop. And you want to, try and, what I try and do is create more of a call and response with the perks and keep the hats a bit more straighter as such. Another loop here. We got the snares and a couple hits. Yeah, so just go get some good samples, guys, chuck them together, chop them up, just see what sounds good, and like just try and get, I feel like with the, if you can get a good column response with like your perks and drums, it definitely goes a long way. And this loop that I've just introduced here, this perk effect, is doing a bit for the track. And then lastly, can't forget the bongos. And what I did, you can see I've left it, the whole loop open here. And it's just another way to end that phrase. And then we've got our clap group. This is what the claps sound like together. Nice crunchy group. So I've got this high sample, probably could have left that out, it sounds a bit shit. Clap here, just from the loop. 808. Is that the same? Well, I had 2 of the same claps in there, whoops. And then this probably would have been from Rossi's tune. It just sung. I normally sample my claps from reference tracks. And sometimes hats as well, like I did in this one. So once again, this is what our drum groove is sounding like with the kick. Awesome. So next, let's move on to, before we go, we've just got crashes as well. And in the second breakdown, I have this breaks loop. Love when people include breaks with house tunes and with the vocal. Just sounds really cool. And I had a few of my own drums as well. Yeah, so just good energy throughout. Try to take some drums out during your break or filter them out, and when you bring them back, it just adds so much more energy and impact to the drop. So next, this similar to, I'll probably keep this within the drums, is our builds and our fills. I said this in the previous video, I'm pretty sure, but also my minimal deep tech similar to inspired by Render. Fills add so much to a groove, and I'm pretty sure I said Josh Baker has this sick video about the importance of fills in a drum groove. Definitely check out his Syntho channel, it's unreal. You'll learn heaps from it. So let's go to our build first. So we've just got the claps, now snare, and the kick comes in. And on the group, just got everything under 30 because when that kick comes in. With this, I'm just filtering it up here. EQ, compressor, it's not even side chaining, just compressing it a bit. Cool, nothing crazy at all. Yeah, just kept it with the 808 and then just put the kick in. Cool. And then with the fills as well, it's got all different ones. Yeah, I found this, so a part of the vocal was from this tune here, and I just ripped it off YouTube, and I had this cool like final break in the tune, so it just has cool impact before the drum. Just in the background. Yes, I'll just get the drum groove up again with the fills. They're just subtle and in the background, but they just help the groove progress to that next phase. And then we got a bigger one in the middle. So you add fills, spend time on fills. Cool, so that's all the drums and build and feels. Next, I'll quickly show you guys the vinyl effects and little synth, and that's pretty much the track. So for the drum group, on the individual hat channel, I've just got an EQ running off anything above 500 hertz and taking off just that bit of harshness and rolling off everything over 15 there, and using this plugin called Monster to add some width. So if you've got headphones on, you should be able to hear it's just a subtle change. Because an idea to using your tracks to try and get your highs wider so they sound louder pretty much, and a good wide mix sounds better, in my opinion. Each to their own. And I've just got an auto filter taking off those top frequencies just like that. Awesome. And on the perk group, just got some saturation, anything crazy again, EQ, cutting out a bit here because we've got all the highs up there, and boosting around the mids. Normally boost the mids on my drums and other sounds because there isn't too much. This depending on like how my bass sounds, where the frequencies sit, but I feel like sometimes my tracks just are just missing that bit of bid, and you get a lot of perceived loudness from your mids as well and power. Okay, and on the clap group, I'm just clipping them together just to get a bit of reduction. Sometimes claps can really add up and take up a lot of headroom, so this is without the clipper. So we're hitting minus 13.9, then we're hitting minus 19 or minus 18, and it sounds exactly the same. Well, to me it does. You can't really hear much of the clipping, and yeah, just taking out everything under 350 and boosting some of the highs. Just the outcuts through. It makes it a little bit better. And then on the big drum chain, your drum group, start with the soothe. That's just sort of our drums. Taking out all those resonant frequencies that we don't need. Taking a bit of the release down. I saw Jocko uses this trick on his drum buff just to clean up the sound a bit. Some subtle saturation. Just giving it that bit. I don't have it much when I crank it. Especially on the high, I think you can sound better without it. And yeah, you can definitely add some really good brightness to your drums. Once again, offset inflator, I use this a lot. A bit of glue compression, gluing it together, reducing those peaks a little. EQ, just keeping out anything under 100 hertz, and just running off everything up above 17,000. And then once again, just have the auto filter, doing a bit of automation here just before the drop, and in. Didn't even do that on the last drop. Whoops. Should be right. And just clipping, just doing a little bit of reduction there. I just told you how much reduction is actually doing. So you can maybe 2 dB. And like I said in my previous video, clipping definitely helps. If you're clipping stages, then your master limiters don't work as hard and you get less distortion on your master chain. And I'm just adding a little bit, 10% saturation. So they're just very subtle. So that is it for the drum bus processing. Okay guys, for the synth, I really didn't have a lot. I just got this one little synthy effect hit from the Black 7 Sounds sample pack. Definitely check that out. The boys are doing bits with their label and they're really lovely as well. So definitely go support them. And this is what it sounds like. Yeah, I know like Rossi has these cool little effect glitch sounds. And I wanted to include something just to make it a little bit more interesting. And lastly, with the effects, I've just got a vinyl ambience. Nothing crazy, just only got the real highs in there. Sidechain the shit out of it. And then I've got this like background noise. And actually, by chance, it suited the vocal. And that it's like, I don't know, it just sounds like. So in it says it sounds like, and with the vocal,
Like,
go like. I don't know, just sometimes things just work out. Don't ask questions, just go back yourself and go with it. So guys, that's pretty much it for the track and the breakdown. Hope you guys got something out of it. Like I said before, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Like and subscribe. It really, really helps out. This EP is available to buy on Beatport. I'll leave a link to that. If you could buy a copy of even just Drumbeat or the whole EP, that would be amazing and really supports me in my career. But even just watching this video helps out as well. So yeah, like I said guys, hope you got something out of this video. Until next time.